So it seems to survive. Wow. How the hell do I run 7 minutes late when there was no reason, absolutely none, to actually do so? I'll ask me something easier. Also, I forgot to switch on the light, so. I mean, it's bright outside. I mean, I have a break in between our qualifying and the race, because the GT4s will go first, obviously. I need to slightly correct the course perspective here because it's absolutely fucked. Now it's more like it. So grid. Well then. Yeah, I think the filter is the correct one. Yep. So, shall we begin? Shall we? There's an update queued for AMS2. I could probably uninstall the game. I haven't seen anyone host a race in that game in a month at this point, I think. Game is... It's like people were like, oh, AMS2 is now supported in SGP. And we're like immediately jumped on the train and then it fucking broke. And what I unfortunately predicted happened is like... Nobody comes back once that happens. Although it has been said that I've heard that the dedicated server of AMS2 was like already something that was absolutely bugged and broken. So it's not completely on SGP. And yeah, that was a bit awkward to say the least. Okay. I mean, I know of one community that's still hosting this. Sim Racing 604 has a leak actually in AMS2. I don't think they use SGP actually for the hosting. They use something else. And hey, if it works, it works. It's just the thing of like, well, I don't want to wake up at like 2 in the morning always. Kinda messes with my sleep rhythm. Kinda. Like, I need some sleep. A lot. I try always to avoid sleep like it's the plague, but let's face it, I actually need quite a lot of sleep. So how fast is Kevin so far going? 44.7. So far his fastest time. Hold on, we have showed up. I think the Vector... I have a feeling they really made the aggressive presets on every track on these GT4s the same, basically. I think they might have changed the tire pressure slightly, but besides that, they're basically identical. I've seen this now a few times when I looked at these setups and just like, huh, why do they have all the same aero setting, the same brake duct settings? All of the same things? I think the brake bars might be slightly different. Although don't ask me. I don't have a particularly great memory. Whenever I'm asked to change my memory, I'm like, maybe? It's something where it could be that I just misremember. And I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't the case. Well, it's the first doubt myself in that sense. We have about 6 minutes remaining. And then we will go into qualifying. Man, with this pit lane, like, getting a drive through on this track is hell. I need to... Oh yeah, I wanted to actually download the liveries. I unfortunately didn't get around to doing that stuff.
Car on the right.
Because I know a certain someone is now running a special livery. Pretty sure he's gonna run it. We do have a bit of wheel spin at times. Also, I still have this like odd feeling in my brake pedal. Oh. I wasn't paying attention, fuck! Yeah, I need to actually tilt my head slightly to see the rearview center mirror. But Blowman behind in the Porsche. Ah. Oh, and he has closed massively up in the braking zone. He might not be quite that slow. Here's someone to watch out of. Perhaps not. Oh, the grip on this asphalt is just none at times. The third gear is perfect for that section. Absolutely perfect. You can just put the car on third. I'm a bit sorry for you. Just a tiny bit. Not that much, but that wasn't particularly nice for me. And I slide off. Fuck. Yeah, I need to move the brake bias actually backwards for that corner. Tires are getting warm, but the front left pressure is really low. And the car didn't want to engage for a second gear. Not quite sure if it was the car completely or if it also was the pedal shifter that let me down again. He does that from time to time. Recently, if I don't pull it back straight, it would at times not engage. Fourth gear. Let's see, can I get stopped this time around? No, not again. And another lap invalidated. Fucking hell, I hate that corner. At least the understeer isn't too bad for here. How fast am I going? 46s. Oh, that's not good. Kreuzberg is going 42s. That is really not good. Brakes. It's just not good enough 46s then. I thought I would be going a bit quicker than that. Sure, I had the off, but like, still should have been a bit better than that. I mean, it's silly in front isn't going particularly quick, so why is his Alpine colleague going so much quicker? I have a feeling this guy might have grinded the track a bit too much. That acceleration. So let's see. Can we get stopped? Not if I get Alpined.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
My one lap gets immediately invalidated for that one. Thanks, silly. And I didn't check my pressures, and we were out while the. God damn it! I didn't even gain any information on the pressures. Because I didn't check the pressures. We need to hopefully look at the stream and hope that it's somewhat good data. Come on, give me tire pressure values. Yeah, rear tire is about nearly a PSI down, about 0.8. Front left is also 0.8 down. So that makes it a little bit easier, I guess. To just. So on this tire only needed about 0.3. Okay, that all makes sense now. We need to take the fuel out of the car. Brake bar is okay. Actually, perhaps upping it, because we can go full brake load on turn 1. Yeah, there's some weird behavior in that spring. I need to disassemble that spring at one point. I'm gonna go up one click in the brake power. Brake bars back. That should all synergize well with each other. Ignition starter. Start! Perhaps I should close the brake ducts for one click because we are. Nah, I mean the front left was still getting warm, but that was probably because I was under pressure on that one. Yeah, I don't like these lap times. I really don't. Seeing people do 44s when I'm in the 46.9. Granted, again, obviously the car didn't complete a flying lap because. Hell. Couldn't get that corner done. Twice. And third time I got helped. Hello? There's our fast boy. We raced against him in this track last week. And was in a situation where he was mainly stuck behind traffic. And I was on a MUQU. It wasn't slow, but it wasn't like going particularly quick either. This guy is definitely bolting. .44.7 from him. Yeah, I think brake power should be upped. I think I need to up the brake power just for turn 1. Need to be very careful with the other corners, but I'm spending so much time with the foot flat to the floor, waiting for the car to slow down. Yeah, he just made up like half a second on me. Brakes, please! I don't want to overshoot this corner like 13 times or something. I've done once. So what do we get? 45.5. Oh. Ouch. Massive defeat, I would say. I'm miles off the pace then. It doesn't seem there's much pace to be gotten here. I say that and... oh yeah, right, that corner had a mistake in it. The previous lap. But I'm now down on the straight again. Tire pressure are way too low still, despite upping them prior to qualifying. And despite temperatures having slightly gone up. I mean, now they're starting to finally kick in. Yeah, he's down to 44.0 at this point. He's a full second faster right now. That is insane. There's absolutely no competition at that point. not overshoot here. Still have 10 liters in the tank left, so I can just continue on turning laps. I lost time here, not the best exit. Oh man, this is tough. I don't know where I'm supposed to get that half second. These are starting to go up. This guy is serious business for sure. I knew he was. And he must have been toying around before today. Few tenths to be gained still out of the penultimate. That kind of off the banking. There's still time there technically. But only technically, practically is actually doing the rest of the lap. Yeah. Going to hard into turn 1. Tire starting letting go. I'm not letting myself slow down right that. I mean, I'm getting slowed down by it, but like... too sideways. Although... not too bad, not too bad. We've still got most of the acceleration done. Still, however, 2 tenths down, which is just try compensating against that. It's practically impossible. Can't afford that when you're trying to find the last bit of the speed.
Slow car ahead.
Maybe if I had gone on a fresh set of tires, I might have been able to just about match him. It's anyway kind of pointless. Yeah, that's the tires are still a bit low.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Exit speeds down. Didn't quite correctly line up. And then I overshoot this corner. Promptly. That's this lap done. That's my final attempt anyway. Not too bad. As long as McDonald is not improving, we get P2 in class. And honestly, if we start P2, P3, P4, or heck even P7, doesn't really matter. It's a 1 hour race. It's GT4, anything can happen. Especially in part because it's a GT3 pack in front of us at the start. That can just completely mix the order up. So nothing matters, but like this is just a message here being sent. And however the fuck you pronounce his name, Kesevi, Keiichi, I think, something like that. What is actually his first name? His practice actually in pit entry while we're at it. The 83s are starting to roll out, but we're done. Right, I can fix other things. Like perhaps touching up the pressures again. Because goddammit, they just keep not being right. Maybe it was the right sides actually. Were down. Say a bit before we came in. I think the left front was correct. But need to check actually again. Because it's unfortunately not well. Alright, right front from this point seems to be. Oh wait, I just noticed I'm going for the wrong pressure target. I was going for 27.5 instead of 27.0. How stupid am I? That I forgot how to set up GT4 tire pressure all of a sudden. How the fuck did that happen? I suddenly suffered a case of amnesia and forgot how to set up GT4 tires. It doesn't make it particularly easier though, because the tire pressures were relatively all over the place, frankly. I think I'm gonna take 0.3 out of the fronts. Leave the rears for the most part up. Nah, they both did at times get up there. Let's take. It's just, it's all over the place, the pressures were through the entire run. It's just all really bizarre stuff. 0.4 off the rears. That's appropriate. Fuel consumption was about 2 liters per lap. Let's do the fuel math briefly. Hello calculator, why the fuck did you decide to appear on the wrong screen? So, we're lapping about 44 divided by 60 plus 1. Memory store. 60 minutes divided by memory recall. Okay, that's 35 laps. Let's make that 36. 37. Perhaps like 38. No, let's just calculate 37. 7 times 2 is 74 liters. I'm gonna just easily take 80. Oh, fine. 80 liters. Gulp, gulp, gulp. We did stay in the lead of the stay in P2 of GT4 at least. So that's something. Well, I want to just briefly switch the lamp on. I think I'm gonna also take a toilet break and then while that's happening, the GT3 can qualify or something. Yeah, well, just the usual stuff. So, I am back. Bullwinkle is right now in the lead with a 35 from Ferrari. Ferrari seems to be like, I was actually competitive again, which would be interesting. Oh yeah, what I wanted to actually try out still was increasing the brake power. Even though there's a massive gamble with lockups in every single other corner besides turn 1 and even in turn 1. But it would perhaps shorten my braking distance slightly into that turn, so it would probably make the corner off the banking again a lot more painful. Because that corner is painful enough already. And I'm suddenly gonna make it even more painful. Right. I'm gonna have to continue waiting here. What can I do else to set up? I mean, I could save it. There's some light flat spots on the qualifying set. I got some light flat spots on the front right. And light graining on the rear. That is more critical. That shit is a bit scary. We're talking about light graining on rear tires. The guy is willing to turn quite a bit. Maybe a bit too much, you could say. But I like it so. Maserati, Indy 01. So. Let's watch the Audi here. We have a Ferrari Evo, Evo 2, Evo 2 Audi, a Porsche, another Ferrari Evo. I mean, let's just consider the top, okay, not the top 10 quite, but top 9 cars are all, nah, not actually, that's wrong, because the Porsche 992 GT3R is not technically an Evo, but like, it also is. We have an Evo, then a Mark II, and Evo 2, Mark II, Evo 2, Evo, and then we have a V8 Vantage that breaks the streak of having actually an original car that isn't just like bolt-on parts. And we have an NS6, Evo, Evo 2, Mark II, Evo 2, Evo. Not named Evo, but might as well be named Evo. The AMD GT3 2020. And then 720S, which is again an original car. Bogdan, I'm expecting a slightly bit better than you. You were just barely in front of the GT4s. Okay, not that. Really, because the GT3 field is actually very nicely packed here. Like, even the slowest GT3 driver right now, Hugo Schwab, is 2.6 seconds off the GT3 pole in P19. So that's not bad at all. And as GT4s are about 8 seconds off GT3 pole, so at minimum, if not like 9 to 10. So he's doing more than fine in that sense. What I mean, qualifying last is obviously usually painful. Hartmann is only a 10th of Bullwinkle, but well, will he be able in the last 4 minutes to improve? Bullwinkle has seemingly decided he won't be doing any improvement anymore because he has returned to the pits. I'll assume he probably won't leave again. Although he has enough time to drive out again and try again. Oh yeah, and he is rolling down the pit lane. He is actually trying again. Mania has improved. So the gap in the front is really tight here between the Ferrari and then the Audi. Well, that's not how you take this corner. And Herzog in another Audi. all within 0.3 of a second. And Chamberlain on Mauricio pulling up with just under 0.6 behind. Top 10 within a second, that's always nice to see. When compared to the GT4s where it was like only a top 3 are within a second. Yeah, a little bit more spread, you could say. Where can I actually check the full name of this guy, because I want to figure it out. I mean, I can probably figure it out quick over the Discord in all honesty. No, we don't want to enter the settings. Return to garage. Okay. Good. Let's just briefly check Discord. Oh great, Discord's on the main screen. Help ping over here. Crying out loud, I'm getting pinged here hard. Okay, it is. I need to sign up for the Monday race at Sim Racing 604 definitely, because after we ran at what was the track called, Sachsenring, with the DTM 1992 cars, they're running you're running Lausitzring with the same cars again, and I'm just like, okay, I'm really forced now to actually run that after having won the other one. So I will have a Monday night race again. That's a bit painful, you could say. Oh well, we'll come back with the Mercedes again. We want to select the same livery I did last time. I did the Alpine White 64 car. Sadly not 69, that would have been nice. It's actually there's a 68 car. There's no 64. 69. Or perhaps there's 69 in the... Nah, the BMW doesn't have any numbers associated with them. At least, I mean, there's probably a number in the number panel, but like... we don't mind that part. Well, then... Oh yeah, right, I forgot in the description to write in there that it's split qualifying. I could have done that. Because that makes it at least clearer what the hell is happening right now. Because it's GT3 right now qualifying. GT4... Free... brake... and that should do it. Yep, that does it well. Well then. Gentlemen, behold. Yeah, I think Bullwinkle did move the goalpost a bit further down the road. Wasn't paying attention for a moment. And still the trio of Audis behind him. It's just everything is slightly more spread out now, and now only the top 5 are within a second. Mania precisely 0.6 down. Oh, but Mauricio has improved and now is... Let's dispose Chamberlain a bit further down. The track was getting faster apparently at the end, or the drivers were getting faster. I'm voting for both. One last car running, and it's this Mercedes here of Giolek running P16 now. Maybe he's able to improve a bit. See? Well, did he improve? No, he didn't. Well, in any case, we're starting P21 overall, P2 in class behind Qualy. The only issue is I'm actually noticing he has still not switched to his custom livery. Clearly, because his custom livery would look different. He would be running that one. So it's not too bad that I didn't think. Because he did post images of it. So... Oh, the temperature's gone down massively, Jesus. I have massive temperature drop here. Although it isn't that massive. The track temp has gone down. The air temp is still roughly the same. What do I do? Close the brake ducts, I would say, first and foremost. Not increase the tire pressures too much, perhaps still increase them. To 0.3. That might just about work. Although it could also end disastrously. We have the fuel in the car. The brake power and everything also mapped out. I think we're ready to go. Don't bind us here again.
30 seconds.
He's continuing to shadow me. Engine started. What time of day is it? It's 7 PM. That's why it's so coldish. It's getting late here in Indianapolis. Some people switching the headlights on. It's not the worst decision.
Going single file.
Switch that also on. And we'll have to wait a hot minute till we get actually to roll off the grid. What is our homestead for you? I mean, flash is obvious, radio is obvious.
Low tire pressure. Stay away from curbs.
I'll move the brake bar slightly backwards for our brake warming. Okay, all the way backwards because we're otherwise not getting temps into the rear discs. Now we know he is very quick, but he has beat me in qualifying like I think every single time so far. And I have been able to sort of match him in race pace at times, so we have to definitely see, but these have been sprint races so far and he seems to have put quite a bit of effort into this race here. So who knows? I don't know what you're doing, McDonald, because you're clearly supposed to be that far ahead. How's fuel looking? Quite about 2 liters. Information. More than within the planned.
Going double file.
Slight bit submerged in the car in front. Yeah, first gear is way too short to start on it. I mean, we're at 70k hitting the rev limit already. The Audis have absolute crazy launches.
Car on the left.
They were really good off the line. It's not the first time I've seen this, or just McConnell's really good at launching.
Clear on the left.
Oh,
Got some light damage.
wake up! The fuck?
Car on the left. 3 wide.
I have slight sympathy for getting that you just got bullied off the road there.
Clear on the left.
What happened to our Alpine friends? Because I have the other Audi right now in my gearbox. In the turn 1 chaos, I lost the Alpine. Right, how was our damage? About 4 seconds. Problem is we can't outbrake anyone.
There's a slow car.
There's a MUQU rejoining. Oh, I didn't get the turn in there. Had problems with wheel spin. I didn't get a run here. And this is my worst corner, so I just need to brake very early here. Because the last thing I need is to shoot someone off here.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Oh, he has to lift quite a bit through this corner. I can take it easy flat. Ooh, what happened there to Nielsen? Oh, but we have a slipstream run here. He's however gonna easily outbrake us.
Clear on the
Let's
right.
go. Keep ahead. Had blocked me on the exit here. That's fine. Yeah, we definitely need our headlights because it's starting to actually get dark. This isn't just a joke. He's really holding up the pack here. He's wide here. There's a Porsche going straight. Yeah, lost a bit of speed there due to wheel spin. Not as good of a run this time around. Problem is just braking performance. I'm way faster than him, it's just I cannot outbrake him. And I'm... Ooh. He's wide again there. This time I'm alongside. Oh, and then it goes sealing straight on.
On the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
But it seems we finally just about wedged past him. That was tough. Where's our Alpine friend still?
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
There's a GT3 coming by.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Please don't murder me. Yeah, we're starting to streak away. It's actually Maserati has also slipped by. So it wasn't just... I would say it did also let another Audi by. It's not the same, what I wanted to say is like it's not the same guy who is following me right now that I overtook. Ryder seems to be sort of keeping up actually with me. Tire pressures are way too low. At least they're not overheating.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Thing is, the first few laps here are like my performance area. Towards the end of the race I will be not as performant anymore. I will drop off. So I need to escape effectively before they can catch back up to me. Without pushing the car too hard. Yeah, my tires are starting to actually come up to pressure now. Yes, the front left is starting to get warm. ACC has gotten up to P3 again. So McDonald didn't hold him up for particularly long, but he still has to pass Maserati. and then catch back up to me. This time around, toppers are getting low, so it's like, sure. As long as I don't suffer a slow puncture, it's all fine. That yellow flag was for, oh, my right has dropped back far, so that was actually a yellow flag for him for running off there. Unfortunately, this means the Slayer has been released. And is now on the hunt. I've mentioned a few times I'm operating with a slight disadvantage of stop. So it's relatively easy to pass me once you get alongside me. Well, heck, you don't even need to get alongside technically, you can just dive bomb me. I have currently 6.5 seconds in hand. This will most likely deteriorate very quickly. Although maybe he's actually operating with a bit of damage. I mean, after all, he had been thrown back in the field. So who knows? Might have a bit more damage than me. I wouldn't count on it. And even then, probably still gonna go very quick. Hello, PC, what the hell are you notifying me for? I'm lapping constantly 45 O's. Like a stupid consistency. And we do have the GT3s coming up about 13 seconds behind us to lap us. Seems we have formed a slight breakaway from the rest of the GT4 pack. Because the rest of the GT4 pack besides us two has been lapped already. He is basically matching me right now. A few calculators predicting that I have for 52 minutes fuel. I mean, I like your ambition, but like, I don't think it's enough for that. Or maybe I've given it so much that it might actually still be enough for that. Ooh. How long is left? 41 minutes. So we're barely past 10 minutes. Probably past 20 minutes and the GT3s are lapping us. And while, yes, we got stuck in the beginning behind a slower GT4 driver, it's not like we got stuck for that long. Also, despite him being lapped by the first two cars, he's not lost that much time.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Don't try high side. God damn it, that's gonna kill you immediately. Silliest idea that you can ever have. Try getting low.
Faster cars approaching.
I could sort of accommodate you, but like anyone else most likely will just understand to you. Like, I could slightly lift and actually go around. If I wasn't a merc still, however, you would just be slapped into the wall. Like, there's no way you can let anyone around the outside there. It just doesn't end well.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Bit unfortunate, but hey, happens. But it worked. Both of us gave each other just enough room to survive. But I ended up a bit worse out of this traffic block than he bloody did here. Brakes? What was that? No clue. I broke my braking marker and the brakes just didn't work. That cost time quite a bit. Lost a lot of time in those last 2 laps. Need to get on top of my rhythm again. I think the tires might start to drop off right now. Which would be a bit of a problem to say the least, because I have a long way to go in this race. Steered them massively.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car behind you. Clear on the left.
Just about able to keep the gap stable, sort of. I would say he's gaining, however, through the traffic here.
Faster car coming behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the
Oh,
right.
come on.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Like, I squeezed you a bit mid-corner, but then you completely understeered into me. Oh, he is driving around the outside of me. GG. For pulling that one off.
Faster car is approaching.
I lost with this exchange quite a bit of time. That's the time he had lost earlier to drop back to the same amount of time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
The thing is, with us hitting the first traffic in about 20 minutes, and then being massively actually slowed down through the traffic, like we're massively slower right now, we're gonna be hit 3 times in this race, at least from the leaders. These are gonna hit us at least in the 3rd time. Oh, Lichten has cycled up quite a bit the grid. He's now on P9. And his qualifying wasn't that good. At least when I last checked. Maybe he had improved already in qualifying. So the top 10 is quite decently spread out already.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Considering how early we got hit with the traffic, the field was really spread out. Well, just a couple ones in 2x2. Yeah, and there's the message. It's like, I do not speak. Whatever you're writing in.
Clear on the right.
I hope you're having fun. Beastman
On the right.
going for the dive there. Beastman is actually on the same lap as them. And he was back in the grids at the beginning of the race. So he had cycled up the grid quite a bit.
Car on the left.
Just send it at that point before you drive in the back of me.
Clear on the left. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Nearly at the halfway point. But yeah, what I wanted to say is, like, I hit Beastman in turn 1.
Yellow flag.
Slightly bopped him in the back. And since then he has seemingly cycled up the grid really well. Maybe some of the GT3s have been falling off the roads, but not hard enough that we noticed it. Because he still gained like 8 positions or something. He didn't regularly do that.
Car on the right.
Okay, Porsche is coming by. Oh, the Porsches, they're just struggling with straight line speed.
Faster car behind you.
Like, this guy barely passed me. It's not like Maserati is like the fastest car in straight line in GT4. It's relatively average. It's not terrible, but it's not bad either.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Well, we have seen him before. Yeah, there's definitely something must have happened, because he had crashed on the front stretch. Prior to this, on, I think at the end of lap 1, and then
You're halfway through. Keep pushing.
he's now cycled up to P14. Definitely that is impressive. My tire pressure's on a nosedive.
To 3.
They're down to 46s. Flat. Clearly not good.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Maybe I need to invest time into setting up the tire pressures for the World Championship. Who am I kidding if I invest time? Let me just go over here. It's the
Car
easier.
on the left. Clear on the left. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
When you nearly outbrake the GT3. Granted, he was way faster on the stretch than the Porsche. struggling as much to pass me. God damn it. It smells really good outside. Like some Chinese food or something. Don't know why it would smell like that. Okay, Civic behind, closed in with a 45.3 last time around. Not sure I can produce those lap times anymore. I think kind of a little bit too done for that. So traffic has been helping me a lot to keep him behind. But luckily for, not so luckily, because they're seemingly still quite a bit behind us before we get the next burst of traffic. We have to still wait a bit. It's about 32 seconds for the main pack to come back again. Till then, he's gonna close down on us because here we were like 5 tenths off already in this lap. And he's gonna go probably 45 flat, I would predict. It's just the time goes up, 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 up. That massacre on those bollards here. I'm bleeding even more time, it's crazy. I'm a second off my own pace. And he's just closing in massively at that point. That's a bit weird. I would expect this pace to be slightly better at this stage than a full second off. Yeah, 45.2 from him. He's still running the same pace effectively that he was running prior to the first traffic hit. But I was able to beat him slightly. Okay, I mean, I'm 2 tenths down already out of the first 3 corners. And there's no way around it. Car just will delete that time. There's just nothing I can do about it. Although I can, I think, brake a bit later than before. Fuel has burned out, so I could probably get away with braking later. Regain some of the ground for our lighter car. Yeah, again, half a second at this stage, and we're gonna lose a bit more time for this corner. Actually, no, we somehow pull it up correctly. And then more time lost for this corner, god damn it. So we're still gonna finish the lap with barely any difference to the previous one, by driving better. Night is really falling right now. It's getting darker step by step. This might actually take longer than before to lap us. Yes, we're at about 23 minutes and they still have about 16 seconds to clear. Expect them to do it a bit quicker because our pace has dropped off due to all the traffic we had to deal with. And those guys only have to deal with once the tail end of the GT4s. Yeah, there are other GT4s, they cannot slow them down, but there are barely any of them in the race. With 6 cars. It's not that many. How far back is actually P3 to us? He's now cross start finish. So about 50 seconds or so. What is this? Okay, I lost enough time here, I need to refocus. No time wasting here. Because he has closed down this time around. By much, actually by a lot. Not by much of the time, I just jump start by like a massive amount because he takes the corner slightly different, so the accurate delta is still can still play up with me due to the pace differences between corners.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
But the traffic is here now. If my car doesn't fly off the circuit in the process, getting lapped.
Clear on the left.
That could decide the race just there.
Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
But I also... What happened there with Bullwinkle that he's suddenly now cutting the grass? What? Why did he suddenly head into the grass there? Doesn't make sense to me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Hello, cow! Would you kindly actually exit this corner without trying to kill me? It's really weird when it starts to wheel spin through there. Because it doesn't make sense. Okay, another 10 seconds now back to P4. So we will have a clear lap here prior to being caught by traffic again.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
still have 20 minutes to go and my tires are starting to really hurt. I have an angry Alpine behind me. Not that far. He's dealing really well with the traffic and everything. So it's just nothing stopping this guy. High beams. He had just gotten lapped by someone. It's the guy who I predicted we would have a clean lap from before he comes around. Which I mean was true for me, but it wasn't true for him. What a mess. He's so little time. Traffic, so it's an annoying. He's still there.
Clear on the right.
Which means I need to go offline, which means I lose a shit ton of time there. Yikes. Next car, 13 seconds. Oh god. This is going south quick. Tires really do not want to perform anymore. In part not surprising because they probably have drained out due to the way too low pressures. Because they are just continuing to nosedive the pressures. We're down to 25.5 at times. Lost 8 tenths during this lap. It's just, with a 2-second gap, you can just not afford that stuff. It's totally fine if you have like a 3-second gap or something. You have a. Oh god, I've missed my braking marker. That's really stuff that I can absolutely not afford, but like. Hello, car. Would you kindly cooperate? I need you now to work. Stop wheel spinning like crazy out of these corners. You were working fine earlier. And continue to work fine. And yeah, you could afford that if it was like a 10-second gap, but let's say 1. Now, slight issue with like 1 second.
Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Which one again?
Faster car coming up behind you.
Unfortunately, he did not die for me.
Car on the right.
That perfectly for me. Yeah, tires are clearly not quite what they were. Not like he's able to fully push out anymore.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
The difference is his pace drop-off is much less than mine.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
The next car behind is actually Alpine. Oh, I don't like this fact that he actually closed up for the final corner on me. He is not as that fast on a straight line, but he is keeping actually up for me down the entire straightaway. Slightly clipped the wall for no reason, really. Which means he can just completely and utterly dive bomb me. If he gets run out of the final corner, I'm just done. Could send him around the outside and he will still win. This is gonna be tough. There's barely any defense that I can do against them. Because he's not an Audi which struggles for the final corner. Ah, fuck off. Here comes the GT3s again.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
And they will clear him on the straight while they will clear me in the S's. Which is unpractical for me.
Car on the right. Clear on the
Actually, they don't, because they clear me into turn 1.
right. Car on the left. Clear on the
Except that I then get held up additionally. So it's even worse at that point. There's still 10 minutes to go. And he's right in my gearbox. Yeah, I think he has this one. He might have been collected in turn 1. Had to fight back. Hello, brakes. Ah, brakes quit on me in that corner again. You just lock all the tires up immediately. Oh, come on, no, I don't need wheel spin now. Let's see, how much draft does he actually get of me? He seems to be slightly able to draft off me, but not that much. Broke a bit early there. He was able to close down quite a bit. Problem is that this long straightaway is preceded by one of my worst corners on the lap. So yeah, I think this track, I've just realized, like, this track's a major downside, and why I'm struggling to actually, like, just about run away with this is we have a bunch of, like, heavy braking zones. We have very heavy braking zone into turn 1. Back straight braking zone here. And we have another braking zone into the penultimate turn. And then the relatively short lap times mean that those braking zones amplify themselves.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Oh no! I fucking hate this. Ah, and then I slide off again. Damn it, it's all trying to fall apart now. Freaking penultimate turn. It's trying to murder me. Can't give him the inside line.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
No brakes! Fuck you.
Clear on the right.
I'm not letting this win pass away like that. Just because two heavy braking zones are basically the only times he can actually pass me. And you're trying to completely undo me on repeat. Let's try this. Probably won't work. I have to probably brake very early. Oh, he's very close here despite me running way better, and then I get a massive oversteer twitch and it continues. Fuck your car. And it continues and it continues. I just got absolutely mullered there by my oversteer. Fuck you, shitbox. Come on. It's so BS.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car is approaching. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ah, this had to happen. Come on, that is...
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
I...
On the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Go the fuck out of the way. I'm actually racing at someone.
Car on the right.
You have to split us.
Clear on the right.
Get the fuck out of here, for fuck's sakes.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Goodbye. Get past again, but... No, 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 no. You're not getting the inside. After you're trying to rob me with my...
Clear on the left.
Unfortunately, I won't break myself again there.
Clear on the right.
And yeah, that was the race one gone there.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Just because I got... Where do they all come from right now? It's fucking bullshit. Not the GT3 fault, really.
Clear on the right.
It's just right now to nail the nail into the coffin. It was all the GT3s decided to attack me at once.
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
Yeah, I got absolutely mullered there into turn 1 by him. Could break way later. He had just a better run out of the corner, and then I got 2 massive oversteer twitches that were just completely unnecessary.
Faster car is approaching.
This is just so weird. The car plans, and it suddenly just overcomes with pressure, with like oversteer. It's so beyond weird. Like you're already standing at for like 2 seconds on the throttle fully, and then it will start stepping out. Not in the beginning when you feed the throttle, where it's usually a car steps out, right? And you start feeding it and you get over that threshold where it gets too much. Usually cars will then oversteer. But this thing right now wants to oversteer once you're already planted for like a full second. Then you will suddenly get a massive twitch. And it's like, hey, you weren't doing anything up till this point. Why now? It's so frustrating to lose the race like this. I was in control for the longest time and then I get denied in the end. Because the tires just gave up.
Leaders on final lap.
2 seconds back, it's not gonna be enough. Could have probably held them off if I had just not fucking messed up that corner. 2 oversteer twitches and then I'm done again. And I get absolutely raided by GT3s just to nail the point home that I'm not gonna get past.
Slow car ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I can take a 10 for 2 out of him if he isn't pushing 200%, but that's about it. He can be happy with himself. I can't. I did not perform to the level that I should have. I failed. Miserably. Again. The distance to success is so little.
The leader has finished the race.
Hey, don't slow down too much, I'm gonna otherwise pass you.
Excellent job, man. P2. Well managed. Bring it back home safely.
Nah, that isn't excellently managed at all. That was a disaster from me. I failed on all fronts. That was completely in the bag and I just fumbled it. I was 6 seconds in front of him before any traffic hit. He had been held up way more than me in the GT4 traffic. This should have been mine by a long shot, but I just didn't deliver on it. I know he was quick. He actually didn't deliver that much pace in the race. Right, how bad were the tires at the end here? barely any graining in all honesty. There's significant flat spots on the front right, light flat spots on the front left, but light graining on the rears. So nothing really in terms of graining and stuff. The tires still just didn't want to do anything. It didn't feel like there were heavy flat spots or anything on the car. I guess also if the pressure's completely wrong. What happened to him? I guess he just got shuffled here to the back. The order. Could I just go back? I guess he just got shuffled there. Come on, I want to see the replay and not just become so stuck with some menus. So what happened to him in turn 1? And there goes the Audi just like whom. I mean, I have a decent acceleration here. I'm getting slowed down here massively by Niesman, but he got slowed down because he had to dodge a car. So he dropped 3 positions already there. And then comes Bloom by. And that's him in last. And then he nearly gets run by the other Alpine in the back. So he had to then work his way back up the field past these guys again. Yeah, in the end we had slap wizards when he finally passed me. I mean, I pulled up well there. He was close here. But he would have lost out actually here on me if I had actually been able to put the bow down. But then first twitch, second twitch, and still trying to twitch mid-corner there. And he's just way too close at this point. Now, he doesn't have that much more straight line speed, but he could just break way later than me into turn 1. Oh, we're getting thrown out of the replay again. God damn it. It's annoying. ACC, could you kindly not do that stuff to me? Be appreciated. So. Let's grab him again. So here it is, pulling alongside. Yeah, he could just slam the brakes way later. Yeah, unfortunately, I understood slightly too much. He had to turn the car around. And I was unfortunately very slow here, so. So lost out actually quite a lot of time here, and then we have the Porsche driver that is like trying to get involved here. Tries to pass me, then hits understeer and it flies off the circuit. I'm like, nope, I have a fight here to do. He had just a nightmare there because he's running the one car that he can't really clear on the straight. Yeah, I'm actually back to being close behind him. But now the Porsche is like, where the hell am I going to go here? These guys are going to go side by side into this corner. The Alpine is braking as late as he can. I body checked him fully there. I just noticed how heavy that was. Just like, and he's just like, I'm not taking bullshit. And just dive bombs me, and I'm just like, nah. I still have a race to do. Nope, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, and here again, I mess up the corner for fuck's sakes because I braked too late. Luckily, this allows him to finally get by me. And then Bullwinkle also shoots by me without me. Without me nearly missing him existing. So, yeah, go figure. He also lets Bullwinkle go. There's Herzog coming by. What actually happened to those guys? Because I think Bullwinkle won in most luck. Yeah. What happened to the other Audi that was leading here? This was Hartmann? Was leading? 116? 116 was Hartmann, yeah. It still is. So he's still being followed here, still being followed, still being followed. Still. Still. And not there anymore. So in the closing laps, something must have happened here. As the chaos is unfolding in front, we are battling side by side here. Oh, that happened. That's what happened. Ah, Bullwinkle, what the hell did you do here? Yeah, he did jerk there to right on the braking. But that move wasn't on either. Yikes, he jerked to the right there to block Bullwinkle right when he was ascending it. He moved on the braking, Hartmann there. Ooh! I mean, that competes nearly with my rejoin last week. Although, granted, he has to look to the right to see them, but comparatively, it's actually somewhat visible. And just barely avoids them. That was close. That's the position lost there. Yeah, outside of me. And yeah, that's a bit of a questionable incident with... Because he still did a dive there that was a bit, let's just say, ambitious. I mean, there would have been contact anyway, it's just the contact happened way earlier. Due to Hartmann moving and the braking. But I'm very sure that, like, there would have been an accident anyway. There's just everything for that in place. Anything else really in this race? I mean, we got lapped multiple times. It was stressful. But, well, you run into the issue of just... There wasn't much for most of the race happening. Where did actually the other GT4s finish? We need to consult the timing sheet most likely for that. And not just the... I guess this could work here. Are you telling me that Maserati finished about 73 seconds back from me? Oh, I can't. No, that's total time, how much plus? No, he finished 55 seconds back from us. And you have to consider, I stopped once on the track to let him pass me, so that's another like 8 seconds just gone with just waiting for the guy. So we're over 60 seconds in front of Maserati, who was in a battle a bit with McDonald in the other Audi. So two Audis were battling for most of the race. I mean, granted, battling in quotation marks, he's 2 seconds behind. And then Crump is another 2.8 seconds behind McDonald. Unfortunately, Blumen did not finish the race in the end. He was... Or maybe he did. He scored us 2 laps down additionally to the other GT4s. Well, let's take a look for him. Which car is it? Would be car 12. There he is. Yeah, I guess he actually finished. I think he has... Crawls over the finish line. This is final lap finally. Is he out of fuel in the end there? Because he lifted off way too early. I don't know. Seems odd. Might have been out of fuel even. In the pits then? But he was in the pits then. The end of the lap. So maybe he did underfuel his car. And had to come in and then underfueled again. That shouldn't have cost him like 2 laps or so. How did he lose 2 laps to us? It's the bizarre part for me. I don't think it was that slow. It's not like he's... How long is he stationary here? So he stops at about 51... Yeah, and 10 or so. And then we're just gonna... Okay, and then he rolls off at 51.55. So he did spend there a good 40 seconds just standing in the pit lane. And then he has obviously just still travel out of the damn pit lane. Which that about takes like half an hour because we have... The pit line is back here, so... So yeah, that took him ages, obviously, to exit again. Yeah, when you're standing 45 seconds in the pit lane and have to still drive through it, then it's still, I don't think, a lap fully. Like, that still doesn't explain why he's like 2 laps down scored to us. And there isn't like another lap that's like a massive time spike. I mean, it explains why we didn't meet him on track at one point. Well, maybe it was off track at some point as well. I mean, we did technically meet him at the end of the race. He really only lost like 1 lap to us and then a bit. Oh god, that car doesn't look particularly fun at the end there. Maybe if I ever have a precise lap breakdown, we could perhaps figure something out. I mean, probably he's slow, let's face it, but not that slow. I'm not gonna accuse him of being that slow. Believe he can do better, huh? The server still counts as running, fortunately. I haven't did it in the end because I was looking away for a second. He switches to this side and then the car just wants to change ends. Yeah, that thing looks absolutely cancerous to drive. I do not envy him. That is saying something considering I was fighting a car that maybe would stop, maybe wouldn't. Why not actually like... the next race in that series is the 18th of August, so a bit in the distance. This dude Simon negotiating about GT3s. In the end, you can run for the pits. I don't see like another pit lap, although I don't know how fast he was lapping. Everything is caught up. What happened actually to Meesman, because he was in the pit stuck. There's another car actually stuck in the pits that isn't on the scoring board. Mies was actually still scored. Let's figure out what happened to him. So we have the Cayman in front. Looks a bit laggy, could say. It wasn't the case when I was watching him just, but perhaps he was just at that time very laggy. So he gets by him. Starts his lap. It would end up being his final lap. Ominous. What's that other Cayman driver here? As far as I knew, we had one Cayman. Actually, no, there's two. There's Krampf and Bloom. That's the explanation. So that was actually a decent battle here, because I mean they were scored about 2 seconds apart from each other individually. Yeah, 4-4. The car is named Car Not Found. Great pun. I probably need to download livery for that one. Oh, that is what happens. That's the explanation. And that's also McConnell spun out there. And he needs a second to refire the car. I think it's McConnell, isn't it? The 93 car. 93. No, that is actually Maserati who ends up finishing in front of the other two. So that is impressive. Ooh! Oh god, oh god. Oh, those two had... One of the Audis had been taken out by another NSX. Oh god, what is the hell is happening there? I think I just ran into a treasure mine of just incidents here. But yeah, this is the problem. It's like, nah, that it's not on the Audi here. Meesman, unfortunately, you're squeezing down on him. You have so much room still to go up the hill. When you're passing a GT car when you're passing around the outside there, you have to take all the room you can get on the outside. You can't squeeze down on the other car. And it's very clear that he had lifted off their mid-corner. He has tried everything to give you the room. But yeah, he definitely lifted there. He did start feeding back throttle, but like, that's sensible. He did lift to give you the room. You would have been fine if you just didn't like turn down on him for no reason, because you need to actually be on the fucking left side of the road anyway. Idiots. In this case, it's actually your fault. Yeah, I think he does it. No, he drives into the pits to retire. Okay, that's why. Well then, let's figure out what the hell happened a few car lengths in front, because mayhem ensued here. So an Aston comes by, then an NSX comes by. Or what? Oh, and the NSX turns down on the Porsche. That's what happens. So I mean the Porsche basically dive bombed the NSX. Let's just be slightly frank about that. That's a bit awkward, to say the least. The issue was that the NSX couldn't go full beans into that corner because there's the Aston in front of him. And the Porsche is just entering way too fast. It's just going for a closing gap there in the end. Yeah, that's not on the NSX quite. You can't fully frame him for that one. And there goes actually by him, but like... He's actually in this moment on the same lap as them. So he goes up to third at this moment. So he has suddenly just taken P3. That is very interesting of a situation. He ended up cycling up to P3. These Audi that had been collected with the NSX has dropped to P5, and then we have the next Audi behind. So how the hell does this develop at the moment? So you could say there was definitely a bit of fighting for P4, and this also sort of explains why the hell they finished like about 60 seconds down on everyone. That's because, well, if the guy who in the end finished in third, I would have said won, but effectively they won GT4M. While GT4 Crackhead went to Crazy. But there goes the ATA. He basically threw himself off the road there. What happened there? Let's just look at more detail. Yeah, he just brake delayed. That's the explanation. So what happens with the rest of the guys? NSX goes by. The other Porsche gets past there, which is oh, and then he... Oh, ouch! Ouch! That poor NSX at this point. Okay, I mean, you can sort of frame him for the first accident, but like... Okay. The Porsche blows the corner here. Rejoins the track. He does slow down quite a lot, so that he doesn't do what the 404 did. 404 did. And then he runs through this corner and just understeers. Like, he forgot to lift there. And it results in him just slamming the wall, collecting the NSX. And then comes the Audi by. And says, thank you very much. We'll have those positions here. Well, I have sympathy for that poor NSX, but that explains why that one is also in the pits after this point. He retires out of this. Like, that poor guy just got... Like, the first one you could sort of say perhaps he was at fault, but like, why the hell would he expect the GT4 that he had cleared to suddenly come back in the inside of him? But he wasn't that far clear of him, so you just have to, in those situations, give room, just in case the other person is stupid enough to send it. Which, unfortunately, was what happened. But the other one, like, he had absolutely nothing to do with it, and that is not up for discussion. So, now, how does the order get restored? Well, I have a slight assumption, and it is the Porsche dies. Because the Porsche ends up behind both of the Audis. So, how did that happen? Oh, fuck, I hate this fucking feature. That the fact that when you... It's so easy to press slightly above the plus 5 second button that you can easily end up yourself skipping to like the middle of the race, which is just not particularly useful, you know. Slightly not useful. So he is struggling to pass the Porsche here. Still not passed. Let's just jump at this point. What happened? This lap, just Porsche dies. Okay. Well, he gets past into turn 1. Yeah, it seems like he just... The Audi comes alongside. And not really, he's dive bombing him actually. But for that Audi! Okay! GT3 proceeds to dive bomb with the G... Yes, there's two GT4s, they gotta go side by side. I'm just gonna lob it up the inside of both of them. You were so lucky this actually ended up working because the Porsche had backed out already, because you guys would have not fit 3 wide through that turn on the exit. That just doesn't work. Okay. So what happens with the 404 now, because I know that the other Audi gets by him. So what is the solution to our puzzle here? Yeah, lost a lot of ground there, so I think something might have happened there. Okay, he gets passed by a MUQU on the outside. There's another Audi. I think the car now behind him is actually the other Audi. Is the 888 GT4 Audi. So now charging down the straightaway. Let's see what happens next. For now, the Porsche stays ahead. Cayman versus R8. Who's gonna come out on top? Ah, so he misses the corner. Well, that's a simple explanation. But it's all it was decided in the last like few minutes. Like they're heading now onto the final lap. I mean, I thought my race, it's like the entire like race or the GT4 got set in the last 4 laps or so. Which is mental to consider. There's a 12 car. But yeah, as I said, like in comparison to the other GT4s, yeah, he did drop there basically a lap. And then his follow-up lap out of... Yeah. That was a full lap he effectively lost on the timing graph, because we'll compare that with the 404 behind him. Once he comes out of the pits, lap 26 is 26 is a bit before lap 27 on the 404. But then lap 27 for him is actually a bit behind the lap 28 for 404. So where does he actually come out of pits? Yeah. Yeah, there's the 404 coming actually by him to lap him. I mean, he lost a lot of... Oh yeah, right, he had to limp the entire lap, I just realized. He had that was what cost him additionally time. This lap was additionally slow, because he had crashed here, and then had to drive a full lap before he could actually get pit stops. Well, actually the steering looks pretty fine, so he probably only lost like 4 or 5 seconds. Like the steering and everything looks fine. Considering how heavy the impact was there. Bomb. Oh yeah, he didn't hit, he just grazed the wall on the second impact. And he avoided getting hit afterwards. He was able to turn around like this. Yeah, he was lucky there to not get hit again. Still, he was very unfortunate in the end. He scored like 2 laps down, when he really was actually more like 1. Yep, that explains that. Not unfortunately a W for me tonight. God, my leg is sweaty down here. How low have I actually my tire pressure at the end of the race? I could grab out of the last few minutes of the stream. I guess still 14 minutes to go there at that point. Still 10 minutes to go. There's still about... this is better. I mean, some of the tires actually were high enough. The front left did really struggle at the end to get up. The rear tires were still like 26.5, so the front left only like really collapsed hard. Perhaps because I was pushing at the end, just trying to get the tire, the car to work. Okay. I'm thinking if I want to do some more, load up the new map and do some driving there. What if I should do that tomorrow, perhaps? Oh god, that was okay. That's the Kota experience. That looks like a fun video. No, I didn't want to play the video. I wanted to open it, for fuck's sake, in my browser. Why is this so complicated sometimes for this? To realize that I'm pressing the other freaking button. Okay. Let's open the video, but we have to stop it immediately because I don't want to play it in the background. And let's say open content manager. What about it? Although I haven't switched my shifter on yet. I need to do that. Yes. I'm not gonna drive that map without a shifter. What if a car that doesn't? I mean, I have technically selected a car that has an H pattern right now. Funnily enough, in case of AC, I have a car with H pattern selected right now. So there's that. Where are they trying? So, let me briefly remap this. Yes, reload this. No, I don't want to map this. Thank you very much. Shifter works. Escape works. Okay. I would say at this point, yeah, because I want to drive this car perhaps once. This car should be perhaps a bit familiar. I didn't cycle to the correct scene, I see. It left me again on the wrong scene. Congratulations, I'm not gonna take that. I'll swap. Hello, give me my pointer, sir. Drive. Pull up this, and adjust the seat. Slightly more fitting on rotation correctly. So slightly down, mirrors. Problem is this widget is covering up right now. Guess maybe a bit right. I like my left side mirrors usually point a bit towards. More left. Up and up. And the right side. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I don't drive really. I'm not gonna race really, yeah. I'm not gonna drive around anyone else besides myself, so. There's nobody here. Can't pull up here. Let me just leave this. And then I promptly drive the wrong way in the parking lot. And then I had also the wrong up and bob. Oh, let's just turn around like this. Engine sounds significantly different to the GT3 version, probably because this engine sounds like shit on this. That's my prediction. Hey, we can't fall off anymore here. That's a bit sad, you could say. Yeah, and he is also blocked off. It's in part like sad, but also kind of like, yay, finally. Okay, past 8,000 and wants to really gear shift. The race engine, I think, wants you to shift at about 7.5. Okay. Let's just say that this car's a bit quick. I definitely need to slow down over here. Because there are these bumps in the road and they are just awful. I think that should probably be fixed. With all of it. I don't know if that was the original. That bumpy. But certainly it is pretty bad. Even in cars that have a bit more suspension travel than a sports car like this. Yeah, sunset is pretty nice. Obviously continuing on to Cole Harbour. I'm gonna actually do a full loop on the highway. Last time around I was interrupted while trying to do this. By this jump. Because yes, we have to jump. And then this jumper drops me. Where does this actually head here? Ah yeah, this is... Could get back to the city center that way or head to Cole Harbour directly, that's alright. The brake price is very aggressively rewards. And yes, I have damage turned on because I'm max kissed. Ooh, fuck. Ouch. Yeah, just trying to drive faster on the highway is difficult here. Although the map did get an upsize, so the map is larger now. To more accurately represent the scale that Underground 2 had. The cars were smaller. Ouch. It's probably not the cleverest idea. Perhaps drive a different car than this. This is a bit quick, you could say. It also doesn't have a age pattern, so it's bad in that sense. Right, what can I drive? Could bring an NSX there. What's available in terms of Ferrari? 430 and a 430 manual. I don't think I've driven them ever. That's still very fast and probably gonna absolutely murder me, but hey, let's do it anyway. Yeah, because it's perhaps fun. Let's put this thing on. No, we can't put it on road tires, unfortunately. Steering assist on my supercar. Oh, that's kind of whack. Yeah, right. We need to move over here. Switch to this again. The seating position is a bit better than just the mirror slightly outwards. Okay, center needs to be centered. Right side needs to be way turned out. Because you usually use the right side mirror to check if there's a car on the right side, not to look backwards. Or the left side mirror you might use to actually look backwards. So as time around we will leave to the left. This is actually most likely the correct way to travel. City center, yes. Let's get back on the highway system. I just noticed that church is not textured on the back either. There's a few places where things are forgotten to be textured on both sides. Yeah, you can nearly push 200 on this highway stretch here. We're not gonna actually turn to Bacon Hill. I wanted to technically continue here. Ooh, a bit close there. One. Now go off to Bacon Hill. Ooh, fuck. I knew this was an interesting entry here. But it nearly caught me out there. Sure, I'm gonna hit the wall there. Because it's a very interesting tunnel and a very complicated section, but it's fun to drive. I did not expect that I could go, but I'm pretty sure that that grass does not have collisions. Pretty sure that that grass did not have collisions there. But this driveway has. And I'm appreciative of it. Because it saved my skin in this case. I'm pretty sure the driveway is not going to continue long after this wall. Oh, this wall is actually solid. Oh, we're gonna have to drive backwards. I just noticed I have my mirror, my center mirror is a bit far down pointing, so navigating with it is, to say the least, a bit difficult. So. Avoided doing a mistake. Well then, let's continue up the mountain. How far can I trust this? The road has eaten me! The invisible wall had just decided to just end me there. Well, that is fun. I had not expected I would find an invisible wall there. But, well, never mind then. Gonna take the 27 northbound. That would have nearly been a money shift. Interesting enough, the 27 now binds onto another road here. A circular road, which doesn't seem to have a number associated with it. Isn't there any number for this on from ramp? Should be technically assigned somewhere. Would. Yeah, 27 Bacon Hill. Good. I'm still saying Bacon Hill, but it's Beacon Hill. Yeah, we're back on the 27, just... Actually find me a car that can take these bumps. We'll be waiting. Because I don't think it exists, unfortunately. Fortunately, this area does not look as good as it does in the actual game. Even when you switch to night, because currently for some reason the lights are off on this. It's unfortunate. It looked way better in the previous version that existed of this track. Could I get my mouse cursor back? When did you eat my mouse cursor? It is there. Why are you not rendering it? This is really annoying. Let's switch back here and let's just forward slightly time. Right. So now the business have turned on the lights. But as I mentioned, it doesn't quite look as good. Speed limit of 35. That's still an ambitious speed, I think, for that segment here. Well, it is 35 miles per hour. Oh, like 80k, something like that. Like, I mean, that's what I'm driving right now, and that is like ambitious to say the least. Back here. Get into the shortcut. Come across here. Boom. so beautiful. How the performance tuning shop is. Ah, that's the front suspension bugged out. Huh? I mean, it looked like it bugged out. Looks to be fine now. So I don't know. 27 this direction. Let's just follow the signpost back to the 27. Leave the international section, and yep, there's 27 northbound. Yeah, we've lost our headlights, which is why it's a bit dark now here. Get into this massive interchange here. Is basically every highway to 27 here? What was the interesting part? Missed the off ramp here. Wanted to get off actually. How many lanes is this road here? It's 5 lanes each direction. Very American, but like you can barely follow the roads despite how many lanes it has. Actually gonna go straight on. I think in the main game actually this tunnel here is blocked. Can't take this road here. There's a construction area in front of it, blocks this area up till here. But everything merges back together. A really bizarre thing. But we have it available here, which allows you to more quickly get from one end to the other. I think they may have blocked it off in the game because it would have made the highway network a bit too OP. I mean, it's how many roads they're stacked across. It's with all the elevation changes, such a cool looking thing. Well, let's take the oncoming traffic because this route was usually the one you would use if you're trying to race here. Although it's pretty clear back then even like you could perhaps carry more speed in the other version, so it was shorter, but it was like for what? And here get physicsed into the wall. Or ground, actually. Yeah, I mean, my speed is a bit high, you could say. Oh, the car immediately stalled. Oh, I think it blew up. The engine is not rendering as blowing up, and we're not getting a reset either. I'm not particularly comfortable laying on my head at all time. Let's go back to the pits. One last time, I would say. I I think this is fine for now. Perhaps return back 45 minutes. And drive briefly up. To Beacon Hill. That would be a decent idea. Just to go briefly up to Beacon Hill. You have to slow down on this road a bit, because I've been thinking of like racing a transit up the Beacon Hill and figuring out the fastest route to do so. But currently, I haven't done that yet. Okay, there's a few solutions to this problem. This is one of it. Luckily, physics didn't completely give up on me on the landing. It turns at least I was slow enough that I didn't jump high. Slow down top of here. It's a tight corner here. Oh, that wall is evil. Now I am pretty sure that. And even here, like, there's technically two routes. We could just drive the right hand side up. Probably the safer route. We can drive this one. Which seems to be shorter, perhaps. However, you have those jumps and they're not the only ones. You're gonna encounter till you're at the top. Quite a few more than that. This is such a twisty section and you barely ever get any speed up. And it will get even worse later. Hopefully I've taken out the right turn. Yeah, I think I have. Let's get up to the inside now. See it up ahead. And here you have a bit less twisty section. A bit more straightforward to the other direction. I haven't tested if you can still fall into the void up here. Well, I mean, the barrier still stops you. But I didn't doubt that part. A few more corners to go. And we're up the hill. Get to the top. Yep, and you still fall into the void here. Unfortunately. And you very much fall all the way. Oh god, nah, that is cancerous to look at. God, no, please. Like before you hit that area, it's like it's fine, I guess, but like it's like no. Once the screen starts staring, it's like not particularly fun. Oh boy, right. Well then, I think I've gone on way longer than needed. Like, significantly longer than I needed. Just did some other racing. No, it's fun at times. Holy shit, how many memes? Nah, not that many. Or maybe it is. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay then. Grab the controllers. I'm definitely feeling like sleeping. For like a year or so. But hey, there's at least a reasonable time to go to bed at this point. Let me fumble around and lose another few hours and not sleep, actually. I'm an expert at this. Right then. Let's end this finally. Good night. Bye bye.